Welcome.
Sorry, one more tonight. Greg Neitzert, Sioux Falls. I hope I've built a reputation for not being a bomb thrower and someone who does his homework. I also don't care about personalities. I care about policy and principle. I don't take policy differences personally, and neither should you. If I disagree with your policy, it's not an attack on you personally, so I hope you'll take what I'm about to say in that spirit. First, can we please stop attacking those who disagree with your policies as negative, naysayers, picky, and whatever else? These are simply ad hominems designed to shut down debate by discrediting and dismissing those with whom you disagree. Let's debate ideas and policy instead of attacking personalities. No one has a monopoly on virtue. It's possible to be against one of your policies, for example, the event center or the indoor pool, and still be honorable and love the city. Second, your most sacred duty is to uphold the law. You swear to do just that when you're elected. I believe you broke the law when you held your meeting on April 21st. The agenda was not posted online until shortly after 1 p.m. the day before, on Monday, April 20th. It's clear to me you did not violate state open meetings laws, since that only requires 24 hours notice, and that was met in this case. However, your own city ordinance states that an agenda must be posted on the Friday preceding the regular Tuesday meeting. However, you chose to ignore that ordinance. Per city ordinance, the mayor or the city council has the power to call a special meeting whenever, in its opinion, the public business may require it with as little as 24 hours notice. The mayor exercised this power on Monday, April 20th. However, I would assert this was not a special meeting in any sense of the word. This was a meeting held on the same day, at the same time as a regularly scheduled meeting, with the exact agenda, literally a photocopy of the regular meeting agenda that had not been properly posted. Even if this is technically legal, which I have serious doubts about, there's no way you could argue that this meets the spirit of the ordinance. When it comes to ethical and legal questions, if in doubt, don't. I believe you would have been well served to have taken that route and canceled the meeting. Unfortunately, no one in a position of power chose to stand up for the rule of law. Third, government can't work without accountability and transparency. In regards to the event center siting, I continue to contend we have neither. It's been 8 months since the city held a press conference regarding the siting. Since then, nothing. In 8 months. This from an administration who holds press conferences at an almost unprecedented rate. On this particular topic, the silence is deafening. The convenient excuse given is that this is an ongoing legal negotiation. I believe the real reason is most likely because the city and elected officials don't want to admit that enormous errors in judgment were made at the very least, and at the worst there was malfeasance. I can't be sure because only one person on the council is demanding accountability and transparency, and he gets attacked mercilessly for it. I would challenge you to name one substantive thing you as a council have done publicly since this came to light to get me answers. It's very distressing when you realize your elected officials are apparently unwilling or uninterested in holding anyone accountable or getting answers. I've talked to a number of commercial contractors and experts, and they all agree this was a disaster from day one. It was obviously improper from day one, and this is not simply cosmetic. The only people that say this is cosmetic are city officials, and honorable as they may be, they obviously have a hopeless conflict of interest, and if only as a matter of self-preservation, would be crazy to say otherwise. On this particular subject, there's no accountability or transparency. It's one of the most depressing episodes in city government I have ever witnessed. That brings me to my last point, the balance of power, or more accurately, the concentration of power in the executive. The latest example being the rollout of the Sioux Falls Has Jobs program. The council has enormous power if it chooses to exercise it. You are the policy-making body that appropriates funds as well. You have the power of the purse. It's not healthy for city government, regardless who the mayor is, to cede all of the power to the executive. Where are the checks and balances? Where is the accountability for bad behavior? How many times are you willing to be kept in the dark until the last minute by the administration on important city matters? How many times are you willing to be asked to ratify or appropriate funds for something after it has already been executed? You were kept in the dark about the indoor pool and its cost overrun until the last minute. A few of you expressed dissatisfaction with that at an informational meeting. One of you said we are not a rubber stamp group, but shortly after you simply approved it. In regards to the Sioux Falls Has Jobs program, we may pay perhaps $50,000 to $100,000 for nothing more than a website aggregator that brings absolutely nothing new to the table. When you ratified that contract, you didn't just spend tax dollars on an ill-conceived self-serving campaign. You effectively ratified your irrelevance and impotence as a council. You also voted your approval for this sort of behavior to continue. When there are no consequences, why would it not? Why would you be surprised when this happens again? Rather than approving the contract, why did you not defund it and pass a resolution censuring the executive branch and community development for flouting the law? When will you exercise the power that you do have? Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Is there anybody else who wanted to speak to the council? Well, thank you all very much. We appreciate your comments. Councilor Staggers, we'll now move on to your item, and it